Okay, good morning everyone. So yesterday we learned about how to enable Bootstrap for our project. Already you installed Bootstrap, right? So after understanding the basic Bootstrap classes, have you tried using these classes? Right. So once we start using these classes, we learned all box model classes, means width, height, border, padding, margins, how to define. For that, ready-made classes are there. Similarly, now we have display classes. So I don't need to tell what are display options. Already we know display none, display flex, display grid. Here display classes, how we use is we have D. D for what? Display. And we have like D flex. This is display flex. Display flex. We have like flex wrap. We have flex wrap. Flex wrap. We have D none. That is display none. So D block. Display block. D inline. This is display inline. These are all options. And when you are using display flex wrap, you also have like justify content center, justify content between, right? All these options are there. We have like justify content around. These are all classes, ready-made classes are available. So, and we have like align items, what it is center. We have like align items baseline like this. So we have these options to handle, right? We have display classes, and how do we handle the display classes? So these are all display related options. How to manage display and display related features. No need to explain this. Already we learned all this. Just we need to know the class names. For example, now suppose grid is not there. For that we will learn one option. Here, suppose we are displaying a simple div, and here we are creating a data list or say heading. Some welcome to Bootstrap. Now I want to keep this heading. Yeah, I want to keep this heading page center. Then what we do, just simply for the container, we will use dflex, display flex, then justify content center. We have align items center. And you need height also, na? But here we have to define style height, because height we cannot give our own. Here we have to define some 500 pixel. Then automatically you can see the content will be center. So we don't need to write much logic. You need to just use the ready-made class. So we have to apply those classes and define them. These are simple display options. Already in CSS, we learned how to handle the display. This example I will give. That is for, this is for center, okay? Similarly, suppose I want some options like display none, display all are same. Suppose I want grid. Grid have different things. Actually, to design grid, to design grid, Bootstrap provides classes. What are the classes for grid is it provides row, call, and call with the size. Size you can define 1 to 12. That is fractions. You can define row and call. That's it. You don't have a display grid separately in Bootstrap. You have to just use row and columns. By using row and column, if you give call, it will adjust the columns according to window. And if you see size, you can define size 1 to 12 what you want. For example, you see, you remembered, so we designed some footer. I am designing a footer. This footer we want to divide into 4 columns. Then what we do, div. So in this div, we need to put a class called row. In this, how many columns? First div, class as call. Second div, so the class as call. And third div, the class call. Like this, how many columns you want? The column size will automatically distribute. Now here I am just writing call 1. I am just writing like call 2. I'm just writing like call 3 and call 4. You know, you can keep anything there. Now you can see these columns are adjusted automatically for. You don't need to write much, just row and column. Suppose one column lesser, another column more, you can easily fit that. So just you have to design this one. I will give this footer. Only the footer logic I will give every time. No need to give complete program. Okay, right. Now similarly, suppose you see so here I am writing a data list. In that data term, in this we have some name and data definition. That is some name and another data term. So price and data definition, some price, another data term, some stock, data definition, true, false. You see, these are terms and definitions. Usually they will display like this. We want to display side by side. Then see what we do. For data list, we have to put a class called row. That means you want to divide into grid, then row. All terms must be in one column. All definitions must be in another column. So DT will be call 3. Class call 3. That means all terms must be column 3. Let's copy. Okay. All definitions must be how much then? 12 na? We have to distribute among 12. That means 9. That means I will copy and all columns, data definitions must be 9. Now you can see it will be like this. So we have to arrange in this way. So without writing additional styles and all, we need to define in this way. Just we have to use the row and call. If you don't mention the size, you can define according to the width, it will adjust. If you mention the size, it will have a fixed width, right? This is another example for that. Another example for that. So display related options also same. There is no special. We can use in same, but class names you need to know. D flex, D inline, D none, and for a grid we have to use row and call. That is option. Justify content center, justify content between, automatic classes are there. Align item center, you have ready-made classes, you have to apply them, right? That is display. So what about position? Position classes, you same, you know already what we have. We have position what? Relative. We have position dot absolute. We have position dot fixed. We have position dot static, right? And sticky also na. So we have position sticky. Like this we can define. That means all these options are predefined, ready-made, available. You can apply them. And of course, you know, if I am using position, I need to use left, right, top, bottom. That means we have to use start. Start is for left, end is for right, top is for top, and bottom is for bottom. That means you can mention top. And what we can give values. Start value can be 0, it can be 25, it can be 50, or it can be 100. Only this. Similarly, top, bottom, everything you have to mention. That means you cannot put wherever you want. You can just put at 0, at 25, 50, or 100. If you want to put wherever you want, you need to define your own size, right? So for example, see now, suppose data term is there. I will create one design here. Let's keep a simple icon. So I will keep a div, and here we will put an not a div, let's the ordered list or an ordered list. UL and a list item, and here we will put a class. So bi Facebook. Another list item like class bi Twitter, right? Another list item, the class bi some Instagram. Okay. Now here we want this to be displayed right side corner, right side bottom corner we want. I don't want the list style. Then actually you can apply a class called list unstyled. List unstyled. List unstyled means it will not have any numbering. We can just apply the class list unstyled. That I will tell you in list concept. Now I need to keep this right side corner. You know how to do? What we have to do? We have to just put the class for unordered list class as position. Position is what? Fixed. Am I right? Position fixed. And right means what I have to give? End. End 0. End 0, and we have to use bottom. Bottom also 0. End 0, bottom 0. That means it will display here, bottom layer. Suppose I'm giving here and suppose 10, and you can see it will not work because it have only standard values. 0, 25, 50, 100, 75, 100. 75 is also there. So here we have 75 and 100. These are the values you can configure. So you cannot define all of these values. But if you want any specific, then you have to set it manually. You have to set manually. So that is the reason you cannot completely depend on Bootstrap, as I already told you. Whatever Bootstrap provides, we will utilize it. If not satisfied, we have to write, right? We need a combination of all them. So these are positions, and you know how to set sticky and others also now. This is an example. This is example for that. That means how we can keep the position fixed and bottom, how to keep that. If I want to keep a sticky position, just you have to use position sticky top 0. That is only simple option you have to do. These classes makes simple. Now, similarly, we have some important classes for text colors. Text colors related classes. We have contextual classes. We have text primary. We have text danger. We have text warning. We have text info. We have like text dark, and we have text light, like this. So we have like text white. These are text related classes. Similarly, we have background colors, background color classes. So we have BG primary, we have like BG dark. So similarly, others, BG secondary. So we have like BG danger, danger, and others, etc. All contextual, same like text you have them. So for you don't have any background images, nothing. Just only colors you can apply with ready-made. Background images you can't apply with Bootstrap. So text colors, background colors. These are simple text and background colors. So here, how we can apply text color. Suppose I am writing some element here. Let's say here, data list, data term, some say username, and data definition input type is equal to text. And here data definition username required. Now that is the form we have designed here. And I want to show this in a simple class, text danger. Automatically it will display like this. We'll have a predefined color for the text. We have all these colors, text success, text danger. That means suppose we have so email, and we have data definition input type some email, and the data definition some email verified successfully this message if they are showing, and here we will put text success. We have text success will give the green color. These are contextual, so we generally call them as contextual, right? I will upload one document. In the document, complete list will be there. Means color names and all. You can try one by one all the colors, right? So here, generally, these are called contextual colors. Foreground colors as well as background. Suppose I keep here register user. So for register user, I need to change the colors. Then I will just use the class BG. BG is suppose danger, and you can see the background danger will be this. And I am just giving text as what? White. Text white will be this. I want to use padding 2, some padding 2. So these are basic options how we can define them. So this is general classes. Color related classes you can define here. These color classes are this text and color, right? So simple, another example I will copy here. Let's copy. This is an example for text and background. We will use everywhere now. We are just learning what are the classes. We will create templates by learning all this. First we will learn what they are, then we can create templates accordingly, right? So for people who know CSS, it's not mandatory to know Bootstrap, but these days all companies ask mandatory knowledge of Bootstrap, so we have to implement them and define, right? Now technically, how we handle other important things, that means we need to know one more important is about components. In Bootstrap, this is major thing. Bootstrap components. Other classes you will see now, right? Text related, font related classes we will see with the Bootstrap components. Bootstrap is very, very popular for its components. Actually, what is a component? Nothing but components are component. Component is a reusable design, reusable design with functionality. Component means it is a reusable design with functionality. That means we can use it anywhere. It contains design as well as functionality. That means you don't need to design manually. You don't need to write the functionality manually. It contains some sample design and it can provide some sample functionality. Actually, design is defined by using CSS classes, and functionality is defined by using jQuery attributes. By using jQuery attributes. Till now you have seen how to work with these general components. That means general classes. But now you will see jQuery attributes. These are very important to handle. And component means it is a combination of functionality and design. It's not new. We already know. For example, you see, suppose I'm using here as date. Input type is equal to date. When I say input type date, you can see a date picker will come here. So that means a date picker have to come here. Date, you can see a date picker will come here. That means I just used only one word called date. And that one word is giving so much design. So date is not an element. Date is called as a component. What this component is having, if you clearly observe in this component, this is text box. In the component, that is a text box, right? In the component, this is a span inside the text box. That is a span. And you see, this is a button. That means it is a button. So with button with icon. That means it contains a text box. Inside text box, a button, icon button, and a span. And important, when you click on that button, it will pop up a window. That means on click, some functionality is written. And when I select this, that selected value will be placed in the span. You can see the selected value is placed in the span. This is not element. This is a component. A component contains a design and functionality. Such ready-made components are provided by Bootstrap. So in real world projects, majority of Bootstrap is used for these components. If you know the components very well, then it is easy to create good designs faster. We have to learn these components, how to design such components, ready-made, and how this component is working actually. In the background, for functionality, some jQuery is used. And for design, CSS is used. So a component is a combination of CSS and jQuery. CSS is defined by using class. And jQuery is defined by using attributes. Some jQuery attributes are there. Actually, CSS classes, that means component classes, will be like dot alert, will be like dot model. So model will be like dot card, like this. They will be like this. Similarly, component related jQuery attributes will be data BS target, like data BS toggle. So here like data BS some slide. So like uh, data BS ride. All such options are present for components. These are jQuery attributes. These are jQuery attributes. They control functionality. And classes will control the design. We need design as well as functionality. So many attributes you will learn here. We will understand about that. Now, we need to learn these components. Actually, if anybody asks what are the Bootstrap components, Bootstrap provides several predefined components, ready-made components, like we have like alerts, like we have models, we have navbar, we have carousel, we have like drop down like spinners, like progress bars. So many type of components are there. We can use these components and we can create the designs in a better way. Let's see how to use these components one by one. So many are there, one by one we will see. First important, in the components you need to know about, we will see first about alerts. So many components, one by one I will show you alerts. Actually, alert is nothing but, purpose of alert is it is a message box. It is a message box embedded into page. It is a message box embedded into page. You can close the box dynamically. You can open the box by using JavaScript and jQuery functions. So actually it is used to display a message dynamically in page. Alert is used for displaying a message dynamically in page. You can open, you can close, you can control these alerts. Now, what are the classes required? So, as I told you, every component require classes and components. We have a class called alert. We have class called alert. We have contextual. Contextual means primary, success, danger, warning. All these comes under contextual. Same like the text colors I told you, background colors I told you, same. Alert, we have alert title. We have alert text. We have like alert link. These are alert related classes. Alert have classes like alert title, alert text, alert link. These are alert related classes. Alert uses one important attribute. So the jQuery attribute. Alert is used with a jQuery attribute called data BS dismiss. Alert uses data BS dismiss. This is one important attribute used for alert. Alert. How it works, let's see. Means how to design an alert box. For example, see now. Let's go to Bootstrap, and this time important, make sure that complete jQuery is also there. If jQuery is not working, Bootstrap components will not work. So that is important to keep this. Okay, I will put a heading called alerts, and I will show you. Here there is a div. In this div, I kept a heading. In the heading, I said delete record. Okay. In this, I will put a paragraph. So record will be deleted permanently. Like this, I defined record will be deleted permanently. And below that, I will put an anchor, and I will give help. Currently, anchor is having href as hash. Nothing is there. You can put any link. Now, this is a container. This is an ordinary container. You can see here, this is a div. This is an ordinary div we are having. Now, simple, very simple. For this div, I am keeping a class called alert. Alert. Now, you see here, some indentation changed. Some indentation around it changed. Okay. I will keep alert danger. And you can see it changed. Automatically, it will get a box. Automatically, heading paragraphs are changed. Link also changed. A link is not changed. Now, what we will do is inside alert, for headings, we use a class called alert title. For a paragraph, we use a class called alert text, so that they can correctly synchronize with colors and backgrounds. For link, we will put a class called alert link. Alert link. Now you can see that link also color changes. Now this is an alert. We are having an alert here. And here it's not having any functionality, only design is there as of now. Now see what we are doing. In this alert, after this heading, after the heading, I am just adding a button. And in Bootstrap, we have a special button class called btn close. This will put a close button. This will put a close button. Now, this close button is coming below heading. Now, we have to tell that this alert can be closable, because I put a close button, it can be closable. That means we have to use alert dismissible. We have to use alert dismissible. If I apply this dismissible, that means it is closable. It is closable. So we have to just use this alert. Yeah, alert dismissible. Dismissible. Spelling correctly, yeah? Missible. Okay, dismissible. Alert dismissible. Now, what is this alert dismissible? You see, automatically the close will come right side. That means alignment automatic adjusted. That means there is an alert box. There is a right side close button. So it is automatically alignment. Automatically it is aligning. Now I click on this close button. That means it should close. That means, who is this? If you are not getting Bootstrap symbol, check your path to what you have written. Right? You are coming with Bootstrap symbol today now. In HTML, we learned for 1 month what you done now. Then, who is this? Ravi. From 1 month, what you are doing then? Sleeping in class? From 1 month, we are learning Bootstrap symbol. Today, you are coming with a complaint that Bootstrap symbol not working. So, if you have any doubt, at the end of the session, talk to me. I will let you know. Right. We are learning from 1 month now, today coming Bootstrap symbol not working. What you are doing all these days, right? Don't sleep in the class because you need to practice every day. Now we are in Bootstrap, you are still stuck with the Bootstrap icon not working. That is foolishness. I will not clarify such doubts anymore. All these days, what they are doing then? Sleeping in class, right? So now we are in the middle of Bootstrap and he still Bootstrap icon not working. When we learned Bootstrap icon in the beginning of HTML, all these days, what they are doing, right? So let's see, let's talk to them at the end of the session, these people, right? So delete record. Now you see here, this close button have to close this entire dialog. Then simple, what we have to do, we have to put this button with a functionality. We don't need to write any functionality. Functionality is defined with jQuery. How to do that? Data bs to close, we have dismiss. Which component to dismiss? Component name. Which component to dismiss? Current component name is what? Alert. That means we have to define dismiss what? Alert. That means it will dismiss the colored alert. Now you see here, I am defining. Now I click on close, then it should close. Now again it will not open. On refresh only it will open, because to open you have to write JavaScript. That means you have to write a button. On button click, you need to pop up the window that you will learn in JavaScript. Currently we are just designing box, and we are enabling the box to close. The box can open depending on your script. When to open, you have to write. That means when user clicks delete button, pop up and display that, are you sure you want to delete? Then okay, cancel, like that. These we will see in JavaScript, but initially design, we can do it here. Whenever you refresh, this will come, and I click on this, it will close. You can have any number of alerts. For example, you see, I am adding one more alert here. I am adding one more alert. So let's put another container, and we will put a class. This is alert. So alert, I said success. And this also alert, what it should be? Dismissible. And heading, we will say that here we will say record inserted, and we will put a message new record inserted into database. This we will define. Now we will put a simple paragraph, and here I am doing one thing. I will keep a button and I will keep as okay. Not close button. I can use both. I'm keeping the button okay. You remembered we learned button classes now? BTN success, like this. Then automatically you can see this is okay. Now on okay, this should close. Same, what you have to do, data bs what? Dismiss what? Alert. Then automatically I click okay, this will close. Here I can close, then it will close. You can use, you see this is closed, this automatically shifts to up. So, but this is embedded, not pop-up. Pop-ups you will see later. You can design pop-up also. Suppose user wants login. A login pop-up should come. In that, user can fill up the details and submit. These are not pop-ups. These are just alerts. So we are configuring the alerts. Okay, next you see here, when I click OK, I can put this close button also. What you do, just anywhere in the alert, I am just adding. So button, and what is the special button class? BTN close, and it will be having close also. For close also you can write dismiss, right? What you can do here, you have to define data bs dismiss. Dismiss what? Alert. Now you can see it will work on okay or it will work on this, right? These are the components. Actually, if we have to design like this, it will take a lot of time. That means styles, JavaScript logics. It is, we will learn in JavaScript how to design like these components our own. I will show you. But we don't waste time, as I already told you, because already we have Bootstrap, we will just implement them. If we are not satisfied with the Bootstrap designs, then we will design. We will create our own things and define. So this is one important component that is called alerts. Alerts. I will give this example to you. This is the example for alerts. This is one important component, alerts. Let me copy this. This is alerts. Next important in the Bootstrap components, we have buttons. Already we learned buttons, but I will give detail now. Buttons, for buttons we have a lot of classes. Ready-made, so many button classes are present. Actually, button classes, we have BTN, that is the primary class. Then BTN, we have contextual. Contextual means primary, danger, success, warning, all these are contextual. We have BTN, BTN, we can put contextual, contextual, and we can put size. We can put size. So size, actually contextual, I will give size separately here. BTN size. Size is nothing but you can give SM, small, LG, large. Small buttons, large buttons. You have BTN, BTN, and you have outline, outline, and contextual. Contextual. This is also a button. And we have outline also size. So small, large we can define. So what is outline? I will show you. We have special buttons like BTN close. Just now you saw. It is a special button. We have BTN link. This is also a special button. So these are button related classes. No jQuery attributes, because buttons will use attributes with components combination. As of now, just button. For that we have these classes. And how they look like, let's see here. I am using, let's put another page here. I'll just create another. This is buttons page, buttons.html. And you know, all the concept is same. Only, yeah, everything same. I will clean up the body section. Okay. Here we will put as what heading, buttons. Compulsory that you have to put these node modules, Bootstrap, everything there. Now you see buttons, how many types are there? For example, we have, let's keep a heading, data list, data term. Let's see, ordinary button. Ordinary. Ordinary button, actually, suppose we kept a button. We have like ordinary, ordinary. And for ordinary button, what we have to do is here, this is actually button. Let's run this. This is ordinary button. For ordinary button, just we use a class called, we will apply a class called BTN. That is the class BTN. It will not have a button like appearance, but it is a button only. You can see that is a button. That is an base class actually for buttons. So that is an ordinary button. If you want some effects, that means what we do, contextual. Contextual means what we have to do. Suppose we have button, suppose insert. We have another button, delete. We have another button like update. And you see, for that here, these are buttons. And for that first important, compulsory you need to give this primary class BTN. Otherwise, what happens if you keep only BTN danger? So, or BTN suppose success. Here you put like class only BTN danger for this class. So BTN warning. Am I right? Now you see buttons will be having those colors. So buttons will be having those colors. What is it? Class. Yeah. Button will be having those color options to define. Primary class is not applied now. What is the primary class to apply for them? So we have to define what is it? BTN. BTN is the primary class. Now it will apply that. Without the primary class, button effects will not come. That means the primary class is mandatory. BTN is mandatory. For everyone, BTN is mandatory. Then we can apply this danger warning and all. Then it will display in this way. These are contextual. Contextual. Next important here is another option is we are using contextual outline. We have contextual outline. Same thing, I will copy the same. Just you need to use additionally BTN outline success, BTN outline danger. We have to use BTN outline warning. Then you can see contextual outline will come like this. They are having just outline. On mouse over, they can display like this. These are contextual outline. These are contextual outline. We can display in this way. Another important, we have so size, button size. Suppose we are using, this is buttons we are having. Now, how to define the size? This is ordinary button. We have BT and SM. SM is for small. We have another option, BTN LG, LG for large. And you can see now one, this is the ordinary, this is small, this is large. We can set button size. We can define different size of button. Outline also same, outline SM, outline LG, you can define. Another important, I told you, we have special buttons. We have special buttons. Special buttons. What are the special buttons? Special buttons are nothing but you have, like suppose sign out. So sign out button should look like a link button, link, hyperlink, but it should not be a link. It is a button. Then we can give a class called BTN link. So we use BTN and BTN link. Then it will have a link behavior. You can see link. But it is not link actually, it is a button. It looks like a link, but behavior is button. We can just define link. Another special button you saw, what is it? Button have a class called BTN close. You don't need to give any word for that because button, close button will have a cross symbol automatic. You don't need to give any symbol or icon or text or anything. Just close button will have a close symbol. But they will not work. Functionality we have to give according to the component. By using JavaScript and others we do. Now buttons have another important is BTN group. We have a button group. We have BTN group vertical. Button group vertical. We have button group. And we also have BTN toolbar. Button toolbar is also present. So button have button groups. So button group vertical and button toolbar. So that is button and button groups, how to configure, right? Let's see. Button groups means, suppose I will give above. Yeah. Here I will add another one, button group. Actually, button groups when we need is, suppose I am writing like, let's say button. This button I will give ampersand LAQUO. So, and another button, I give 1, another button 2, another button is 3. Like this we have. And we have another button, ampersand RAQUO. Actually, the buttons are displayed in this way. This is used for paginations and all. We will put paginations next by previous page, like that. We put that. Here we can make these buttons combined. If I keep here, observe carefully, for every button, I'm giving a class BTN, and suppose BTN primary, I'm using primary. Primary for all buttons, primary for first one, and primary for last one. And others I am giving BTN, suppose warning. So BTN warning for other buttons. I will put a class. For other buttons, I am using warning. Okay, now you can see it looks like this. Now what I am doing here, just all these buttons are inside data definition. Then we will put a simple class BTN group, and automatically it groups them. It makes them look like single. But actually it is not single button. It is a combination of several buttons. So this is called button group. Every one you can put a different way. Suppose I said here warning, I said here success, you see different colors. Actually I put here as dark to show it as like highlighted, right? That is button styles. That means how we can give button groups. If you are designing such things, we can give a button group like this. We can have button groups vertically also. Vertical groups generally, let's say, suppose we are designing another data term. So group vertical. So what we are doing, data definition, here we have a button. This is like home. And we have another button like about. We have another button like contact. Like this we have buttons. And we are giving this class BTN and BTN some primary. Like this we are defining. And this is primary. All are primary. Suppose I defined like this. All are one beside another. And here I am just giving the class BTN group, right? After that, I am applying BTN group vertical. If I give BTN group vertical, then it looks like this. If you are giving vertical, don't give button group anymore. You just give button group vertical. Then it will display in this way. That means one below another. Button group vertical, you can have different colors. We have primary, we have like success, we have like danger, dark, like this. We can apply that. So horizontal, verticals. We have so small and large size also. That means what you can go do. So BTN group SM. SM means small. Small size buttons will come. We can keep large. This also button group SM. That means we give BTN group SM. SM means it is small. That means it will give smaller. You give large, you give small, size you can adjust. Horizontal groups, vertical groups. There is another special, that is toolbar is there. Suppose you see we have a button toolbar actually. Button toolbar, suppose let's say data definition. Here we will create one container. In this we will put a button called home, another button called about, another button called contact. Okay. And another div I am giving. Two divs I am defining. In this div, I have input type is equal to text. And I will give another button. So this will have a span. And class, I will give BI as what? Search. Right. Now you can see these two are the buttons. And this is how it looks like. Now what we are doing here is, for this div, we will put a btn group, right? That is one button group. For second one, I will give another class. This is btn group. So another group will be here. Later we will create another group of options. That means here I will not use a text box. For text box we will use another. We learned input group na. Detail I will tell you that again. Here I will put another button. I will put a span and a class bi some person I given here. That means it will be in this way. Now what happens here is, in this is one group, this is another group. And what we will do for the button class btn some btn danger. Okay, now you see all the buttons are kept with danger. All the buttons are kept with danger. That means they will be in this way. This is one group, this is another group. Now you can keep these two groups are in this data definition. We will keep here btn toolbar, button toolbar, bg as danger, and you can see it looks like a toolbar. And now what you can do is simply justify content between, right? Justify content between, one will be left, another will be right. It will automatically apply that. That means we have two sets of buttons groups. It depends how many groups you are having. Suppose in the first group we have another one. In this we have a button and I say shopper, something like this. And you can see it looks like this. And for this also we have to use class btn danger. Then it will be in this way. That means one is left, another center, another right. This is a button toolbar. If you remembered, we designed like this header. Right now we can simply apply the classes, button groups, button toolbars. Toolbars are used for this kind of designs, right? So this is a button toolbar, combination of buttons. I given same color for a uniformness. Otherwise you can put different colors. So button have lot of attributes. So button contextual, button size, button outline, special buttons and groups, button group and toolbar. Example is this. I will copy this complete example for button and put it here. This is button. Now similarly, another important, we have a combination called badge. We have buttons, we have badges. Badge is also a component. For this only one class is there, badge, that's it. Earlier we used to have a lot of classes, but now they have only one class, badge. Colors you have to define with the combination of bg you have to use contextual. Actually badge currently is having only one class. In old version we used to have badge primary, badge secondary, like that. So we have we used to have like, we have like badge circle. So we have like badge pill and badge circle are there. We used to have other colors effects, but now colors effects are not there. Directly you have bg. Through bg you have to apply. Usually badges are used in different situations. For example, see here, suppose where we use the badges, let me copy this. Let's create another file, badge.html. And in this we are deleting everything. Yeah. And let's see how to create the badge option. Simple. Actually badge is used in various occasions, separators. For example, see now I am creating a heading, some table of contents. That is table of contents. We are having this. Let's run this. That is table of contents. Now in this I am designing here. So a ordered list, unordered list or ordered list, we will define ul. In that we have a list item. And here we are keeping class as list unstyled. Unstyled means there is no symbol. Inside the list item, we have a span. We have a span. In that span, I given as HTML tutorial. So, or HTML introduction. So this is here. I will keep another span. In this, I given as 1. Now, actually, this is span with all these option here. HTML introduction. Now, what we are doing here, see, so for this list item, I'm applying a class. Suppose BG, suppose dark. Dark is the background here. And I'm giving text white. That means text color set to white. I will give padding as 1. Some padding will be there. I need to highlight this one. To highlight that one, for that span, we are using a class called badge. Then it will highlight that one, but color is not there. What we will do is BG. BG I given as light. Then it will display, not for this one. Which one? For another span. Na? Yeah, for this span we have to use. Class, this is badge. Badge. And here I will give BG. BG as what? Light. Then it will display in this way. And text as what? Dark. And it will display like this. We are keeping the content in this. That is a badge actual. Badge. And what we are doing here. So here we are defining. Suppose I am adding here justify content between. Justify content between. So it is not there because width is not there. Actually, we have to use what? D as what? Flex. That means it will keep right side. Right, like this, we define the badges. We create the badges. If I don't use the background, it will be normal. That means if I am not using the background color, BG, text white, I will remove them. Actually, it looks normal. Right? So this is right side. And for badges, usually what we do. So background, what is there? Better we will give. Background is what? Some dark. And text is what? White. Text is white. Then it will display in this way. Now the same thing, actually we add. So others, suppose I am adding other options here. That means like HTML introduction, some elements in HTML. So here I defined as body section of HTML like this. And here I defined the page is some 5. This is like 12, something like this. And it will display in this way. Now, actually, every badge is having an option called badge. So what is the class we will give? Badge, we have like a pill. Badge pill. So, but width need to be adjusted now. Because it is not having width, we will do one thing. What we have to give? Rounded. Rounded, I will give as pill. Rounded pill, it will be like this. We will better use rounded what? Circle. Rounded circle, it will keep like this. Now all options will use the rounded circle. So rounded circle. And it will be in this way. Padding, spacing, width, you can adjust according to your requirements. For everyone, how much you want. I am defining some padding too. So width, how much we can adjust everything. So padding 2, then it will get some space around and display. These kind of things we design. Actually, all these are used with good combination of background. That means we will apply BG dark additionally. Then we need to change everything. So this is BG dark. And we need to keep all is that what text white. Usually if you do that, then it looks like it is a part of that element, and you know that some space we need to give. That means margin bottom as 2, margin bottom as 2 combinations are required for everyone. So this is how we create badges. Badges means we keep it in a separate badge. Not only here, actually badges are used in another way also. Suppose what we do, suppose I am giving below, let's put some button. In the button we have a span called note class bi as bell, and we will put here another span that is notifications. Now you can see that is notifications. And for this button we have a class btn, and btn what primary, then that is the button. And here we will put another span as suppose 4. Then what we do, class badge, that means it will display. And what we will do, bg light, then it will display in this way. Text what dark, then it will display in this way. These are badges. In buttons or somewhere else we configure that. Later we will learn position also. Actually for this position, that means suppose we have position. Position is what? Absolute. So absolute is the position given for this span. Absolute position we given. And we give here position as what? Relative position we will give. Now you see it shows corner. I will change. This is position relative, this is position absolute, and we will put bg suppose danger. Then you can see it will display like this. And text as what? White, it will display in this way. We can keep the position changed for that particular. We say position absolute, position relative, then it will keep the content in this way. This is basically badges. These are badges. These kind of presentations are very easy now. Just you have to use position relative. Relative means what it will do, it will keep all the contents within it. It will not allow the contents to go outside. And what is position absolute? Remove from the location, and it will automatically go right side according to Bootstrap. Bootstrap will automatically put right side for position absolute. If you want, you can manually change how much pixels top, how much pixels bottom, we have to manually. These are ready-made classes. Already they are having a position defined for them. This is generally used for badges. That is how we can configure for badges. This is an example for badge. So we have alerts, we have buttons, and we have badges. Understood these points? This is enough. First you have to try this, right? Then more complex things will come in the next session. Tomorrow we will do, right? Because now Bootstrap is growing complicated. That means so many new features will come, right? So many advanced options will come. Then little bit confusion will start now. That's the reason day by day you have to finish the practice. Day by day you have to finish the practice, right? Then tomorrow we will see some major components like sliders. You see Amazon banners, na? Scrolling, sliding banners. Those we will create in the next session. Tomorrow we'll do that, right? How to create them. That tomorrow will continue.